I begin today by acknowledging the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, traditional custodians of the land on which this podcast is recorded today. Also pay respects to the elders past and present, and extend that respect to any other Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander people who may be listening today. This is Melanated in Melbourne, a podcast designed to give an insightful look into the Australian lifestyle from the lens of two Black American besties. Welcome back, Melanation. I'm Ri'chard.
I'm Drew.
And I'm Nicole.
And this is Melanated in Melbourne.
Melanated in Melbourne.
So great to be back in the booth with the three of us. I almost said three of you, and there's a ghost as well.
There's a ghost.
The three of us
the
reunited
Holy
again.
Spirit is joining us today. Make some noise for the Holy Spirit. No, kidding.
A mess and a half. There's some kind of chaotic energy in the booth today, so I'm not apologizing for shit, but prepare yourself.
I'm not.
How has everyone been? Because the last time we were here, we were talking about connections and friend breakups. Now, this episode's much lighter, but what's been new with the two of you in the last, I guess 3 or 4 months?
Oh my God,
then?
so much has happened.
Wow.
So much has happened.
We don't have to go super far back. What's new with you presently? Let's make it easier. We'll narrow it down.
I mean, she's been working. She's been running around a lot. The last few months have been pretty hectic, but in a really good way. Had a commercial where I got to be Australian, so we'll see if they use that in the edit. if I see my face and somebody else's voice
just like a weird voiceover.
Like, I will understand. The check's still cleared, so.
Yep. I mean, that's the most important part. You still got paid.
I'll take it. So had that. Booked a guest star spot on a TV series.
Ooh.
Which I still can't say just yet, but I was
the fans missed you last episode. It was me, Drew, and Roger from Shape, the film.
Roger that. Oh, sorry.
I mean, it's better than you saying truffle butter out of nowhere.
Down the butter on the pussy.
Oh, that's right. Guest star show that you can't mention about yet.
Sorry. Okay, no, Roger, I remember the director.
Yes, Roger, the director.
Yes, of that beautiful film. Shout out to Roger. I didn't get to meet you, but hopefully one day our ships will pass in the same night. And then what else was I doing? Oh, the play, Thinner Than Water. It went really well.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Every time Nicole does a thing, I'm in regardless. But it was actually enjoyable in the scenes that you weren't in. So, every time you're on the screen, stole every moment. But when you weren't on the screen, I'm I'm still enjoying this play. That's my review. It was it was good, even the parts that Nicole wasn't in.
That's how you know. Yeah, because this group of actors, they had been wanting to do this play since before lockdown. Because the director saw it in America and was like, I really want to bring this show here to Australia. It's written by an American for Americans, but the Aussies, they be working on their American accents out here.
I've got to say, it was pretty good. I knew they weren't Aussie, but there were some that was yeah, I think there were, I can't remember what the word was, but the older woman who also stole every single scene.
Oh my God, Nin. I love Nin. She played Gwen.
And Gwen.
She reminds me of Jessica Lange.
Oh, yes. There was some word she said that was butter or something. She said something and she broke Australian character so bad. And we just started repeating in the audience. And I felt so bad because I knew they could hear us. Because me and our friend Steph, we were just talking shit. And we kept saying the word back to each other because I'm that was the Aussie slip. And only one Aussie slip of the full production is pretty solid. But it was such a serious scene too. And it was just and then she had cancer. And butt cancer. Or I don't know what it was. But it took me out of it for a little bit. Oh no. Get back, focus. Yeah. But no, great show.
That's the whole thing with our accents between us and the Australians. Some of it, there's a crossover, but there are certain words that Aussies just say completely different. That's totally ingrained in them. One of the words that I heard in the show was one of the girls saying anything. It was anything. And I was oh no, we really say anything. We say that G on the end.
Yeah, well, some Southerners don't say, y'all need anything? Yeah. Some Southerners do, but generally speaking, we say anything.
Y'all need anything?
Y'all need anything?
Yeah.
No, you good? All right.
Yeah. Sometimes the G's left off, but I guess doing it any, but anywho. Yeah, it just happens. I did not mean that. But yeah, really talented cast. Really enjoyed working with them. Last night was very emotional. And it was really good. I feel like I did my character Angela proud. Left it all out there on the stage, but last night she was going through it. She was going through it. So, so happy for her. Thank you.
So many big things. What about you, Drew? What's happening in the Drew world?
What have I been up to? That's a really good question. I wish I knew.
Ominous,
No.
leaving it hanging. We love that.
Just living life at the moment. There wasn't a whole lot of, I don't want to say not special things, but like.
I mean, we went into winter, so that's fair. Because of the opposite seasons, our American listeners were like, what do you mean hot girl summer? Like, no. It was it was cold bitch winter. Cold bitch winter for sure.
It was death
Yeah.
girl winter. It was like, I thought shit was about to go. This is a brutal winter.
Yeah, the wind was whipping the titties off the turtlenecks. Not even out of them, just like turtleneck swooped.
Well, yeah, no, super cold, all right. I guess the one thing I've done is I created this nail polish.
Oh.
Love it.
Yeah.
Created a nail polish.
I've got a nail girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
Her name is Nisa. I met Nisa at Top Yard. She was selling her nail polish. It's called Painted by Dip It. I've actually been one of her swatches now for the last year.
Cute.
Yeah. And so this polish is actually called Moody Brat.
Oh, love that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
Brat summer.
Yeah.
But for us, it's been a Brat winter.
Yeah.
So it's a classic Melbourne black for daytime.
Mm.
It's actually a thermal, so it goes from black to green apple,
Oh, love that.
and it does
Very
this like
cute.
this really cute transition.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, the piece de resistance, it glows in the dark,
I love
neon
that.
green.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love the glow in the dark thing. That's so 90s.
Mm.
Yeah. What else have I been doing? So much, but not a whole lot of anything.
Love that.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to pivot off to me then, because I think you're just gonna be like, what have I done? Done? Who's done? No, on my
Who have I
Did
done?
I
Oh,
done?
that's a different
No.
It's
question.
undone.
We're not. We don't have the time. This is not one of those episodes. We'll give you a full expose. And this who was high fucked in Melbourne. Roll out the parchment paper. Christopher Rupert. Yeah, Rupert.
Son of Her Majesty, Queen Constantina, holds a fair wonderful Guinevere Maisie.
Maisie?
is giving a ball. All right.
Yeah, and Drew's having some balls. It's all the same. It's all the same general gist. But for me in my camp,
Matches. Sorry.
Lord have mercy. Welcome back, Nicole. So back to moi. I actually just finished a month of not drinking, and I tell you, it was luxurious for my wallet and my sleep schedule. And the downside of that is when your body doesn't have the alcohol for a bit, you go back again, and it's like, oh no, what is this? What are you doing? Last night I went out for a hot second, had all of 4 drinks. I woke up this morning like somebody hit me by a car.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do you mean?
Yep.
4 drinks? I wasn't even drunk. Like, that was barely enough to be social in some of these situations. And I'm like, wow, I can't do this anymore. But
Yeah,
cool, great.
I got the solution.
What is your solution?
Apple cider vinegar. You need to take one of the tablets. I see your face. I understand. But I did it on Sunday when we went out for drinks after Thinner Than Water. I took one of these. I had 5 drinks. You know I'm a lightweight.
Yeah.
You know, you actually
Yeah.
know I'm like the most economical drunk that there ever was. Like 1 drink, I'm feeling it. 2 drinks, she's tipsy. So I took one of these apple cider vinegars. I woke up the next day fresh as a daisy.
And so that's the end of the night, or is that before the drinks go in your body?
I took it with my second drink.
Okay.
I took it with it because one of the guys at the table pulled it out, and I was like, "Whoa, buddy, what are you doing? Like, are you popping pills?" But they were like a big ass vitamin bottle.
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, I'm taking apple cider vinegar so I don't have a hangover in the morning." And I was like, "Homie, slide me some of that." And then he's like, "Yeah, just take it with water." Popped it in, kept drinking throughout the night, went home, woke up fresh as a daisy.
I just want to say that this is 30. Like we're
This is 30,
we're giving
kids.
each other tips on how to not have a hangover.
Listen.
It's like, listen, take these notes. I'm gonna try it tonight because I have a drag house party to go to. So I'm gonna be hopping back in
Cute.
drag for the first time in 4 or 5 years now. So beard's gone. Already shaved my chest hair. Nicole got a little preview of what the outfit looks
Yes,
like.
very, very cute.
But you can't be dressed up like that and not be drinking because my friends are going to see me and they're like, oh my God, bitch, let me buy you something. I'm like, okay, you can. You absolutely can. And I will take it because D Flowers is coming over to do my face. Shout out to D again. Oh, well, there's no button for that.
Wait, what? What do we need?
I don't actually remember.
Shout out to D Flowers.
I actually like that one.
Yeah. That was good. I approve of that one. So shout out to D coming over to do my face. Gavin has styled my wig for me and I borrowed this jumpsuit from him. So it's going to be turned out. My toes are
So
done
cute.
because I finally found shoes at the right size. We talked about op shopping here. But if you're ever trying to do drag and you wear this men's 10 or a European 44, I think I'm a US 11. These are a lot of sizes I'm throwing at you.
Yeah.
My feet are big and getting into girls' shoes is very difficult because I'm at the top of the line already. I'm like, well, it's going to have to be open toe, get some room in the front and in the back. But they're actually cute. Like, the back's closed. It's very nice. I'm very excited. But if I get a hangover like this vague one I had today, I'm going to be dead tomorrow. Like, I will not be a person. And I can't have that. No, I don't have the space.
Tomorrow's
Sunday.
Oh, you'll be right.
No, I have shit to do. I have episodes to edit. I need my brain. So I might be trying some pills.
Yes, apple cider vinegar.
They're legal.
They are legal, exactly. Get them at your local drugstore.
But speaking of dressing up, this is actually our Halloween-themed episode because when the listeners hear this, well, the first time around, obviously time is irrelevant. Like, oh my God, listen to April, whatever. But this is a Halloween-themed episode. I've always wanted to have one. It is my favorite holiday. Is it your favorite holiday?
100%.
Drew, do you like Halloween?
I do. It's for various reasons.
Oh, like what? Like, do you just love a good little costume?
Costumes are wonderful. I love to dress up.
And dress down.
Melvin has seen me in some of my costume wear. Yeah. Reviews are good.
Yeah, raving reviews.
Yeah.
You got raving reviews.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
We love that. But, one of the things I really want to talk about, Halloween is different here because obviously we were indoctrinated with Halloween growing up in America. Like, that was our bread and butter. We're like,
100%.
you were dressing up as kids. Like, I had a costume almost every year through my childhood. But you come here and it's getting slowly bigger. Like, there's starting to be regular Halloween parties. But if people are like, what are you wearing for Halloween? And back in America, we're like, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
And some Australians are just like, I don't know. I think we're just going to put on a hat if they do anything. So it's a very different energy. So I wanted to talk about past Halloweens, our current plans for Halloweens, and just the Halloween spirit as a whole, because it's my favorite holiday right above my birthday. Like, Halloween is fun because everyone gets to do it, but then my birthday is like, hey, it's me. And then Christmas. But that's my order anyway. What was your favorite Halloween costume growing up? We'll start there.
Well, my birthday is in October, and I'm October
Libras.
20. Libras!
Oh, yeah, for the audience, they're born a week apart.
Yes, we are.
Exactly 7 days.
Libra brother and Libra sister reporting for duty.
Wonder Twin Powers.
Yes.
Activate.
Activate form of a jack-o'-lantern. What? You just poofed away?
No.
You didn't take
no.
form of anything?
Oh, I forgot about I was there with you inside the jack-o'-lantern.
The brother always turns into a water-based thing, so you just evaporated.
That's
Drew just evaporated.
I forgot the brother. He's like, bucket of water. And
Yeah. It was really like, pterodactyl. It's like, Ice Cube. I'm going to trip you, bitch.
What if he actually turned into the rapper Ice Cube, though? That'd be actually kind of great. That would actually be kind of great. But anywho, my birthday is October 20th. My very first birthday party ever was a costume party, and my parents threw it for me on October 31st. So my first birthday party ever was a Halloween party.
It was lit.
It was lit. It was lit. Her first costume ever was a ballerina. She was very cute. And yeah, everybody in the party, all the babies dressed up, all the parents dressed up. I feel like Halloween is just this permission to have creative license in whichever way you want to take it. You can go as big as you want. You can go as little as you want. Halloween has no expectation.
Yeah.
Has no expectation that you feel bad about. Because if you don't opt in, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's totally fine. Not me, though. I'm going to opt in every time.
No, I'll opt in for the both of us. Like, you don't opt in, more for me, thank you.
I'm going to opt in every single time, but I love the fact that it's just the funnest holiday. You can just be whatever it is you want to be.
Absolutely.
It's so much fun.
What about you, Drew? Favorite childhood Halloween? Or favorite costume? It doesn't have to be childhood. You might have been a light dresser. Don't want to...
No, okay. So as a kid, there's just one photo of me and my cousins that it's my classic nostalgia of Halloween. We're at my grandparents' house and I'm a prisoner. Do you remember the jail uniforms were like white and black?
Yes.
And then it had like the little ball.
Not the ball and chain.
Yeah, the ball and chain. Then my cousin, she was a witch, and our other cousin, I think he was... Or maybe that was another Halloween, but like cute little fun, whimsical costumes. So anyway, back to this photo. And then all three of us are just like sitting there in the formal sitting room at the grandparents' house.
Oh my God. It's very much a special occasion.
Oh, right?
Yeah.
With the plastic on and everything.
Yes. Oh, same. Oh my God.
Green couch, yep.
So yeah, then one year I remember do you remember the Fila's, like the swish outfits?
Of course.
Yeah.
Love me a tracksuit.
Yeah, there we go.
Love
a tracksuit.
Yep.
Or maybe I'm thinking about something else. I don't know. Anyway, good times as a kid.
I know there's so many to count because we start really young. I mean, my first birthday party ever was a Halloween party. And when you go into elementary school, Halloween is kicked up another notch because now you have Halloween in class.
Yeah.
And people come to school dressed as the costumes.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. So I have two because there's one that I was like really excited for. Like I have a picture of it. I was looking at my photo album earlier this week and I saw it again. That was maybe like, oh, I'm gonna hold on to the story. And then there's one that's actually my favorite like childhood costume. So when I was about maybe 8. I was at the mall with my mom, and I've always been very lucky about finding things. Like, I will just find money on the street. Like, it just appears to me, like, thank you, I needed this. So, like, Halloween's coming up. I want to dress up. There was no money for a costume. So I was like, oh, I would love to do this thing. Tell me what, I literally found like $20, $30 on the ground. And for, like, the early 90s, that was big money.
That was a hell of a lot of money.
I don't like scary things, but I went to the store with my money and there was a skeleton costume and the chest had the bones exposed and there's a pump in your hand and the blood was like gush through your chest.
Because they had the masks like that too. Yes, yes.
I was terrified of it, but I'm like, I would look so cool in this. I remember getting that and I was like, ha ha ha, I'm the Grim Reaper. And I was like, until I broke it and the blood squirted out everywhere. It squirted.
Squirt.
But between that one and my actual favorite, so it's very common knowledge that I am a nerd. Spider-Man, Marvel things, all this kind of thing. I had a Halloween with my dad, maybe the year before that, and he got me the Spider-Man outfit with the little web slinger that's literally just a silly string. I was so annoying.
That's so cute.
You couldn't tell me shit. You say something to me like, nah, right. Spider-Man just shooting him in the face and like, well, you know what? That was indicative of other things, but that's okay.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
A mess. But what about your adult costume? Because we all said kid costumes. And by the way, when we do our post, I need pictures of you in those things. Like I'm sure there's somewhere.
I will. Yeah.
So send me.
Yeah. No, because there's quite a few to go from. I remember dressing as Oprah one year in the 4th grade.
Oprah?
Like, yes.
Like for Halloween or for a project?
A little black girl in America in the 90s, I was dressing up like Oprah.
Yeah,
she was the president to me. I was just like, I remember asking my mom, she's like, what do you want to be for Halloween? I'm like, I want to be Oprah. And she was just like, okay, we'll figure this out. And I wore a dress, and it was essentially a businesswoman because I had a phone and I had a little briefcase because Oprah was very much about her business.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like the best talk show host and everything. And I think that the last notable one that I remember from my childhood. Yeah.
I dressed up as Kurt Franklin once, but that wasn't for Halloween.
Yes, Kurt Franklin. Baby, I've been going through something that really got me down. Put your hands together.
Do you want a revolution?
Yeah. Everything. It was around that time.
And it wasn't even for Halloween. Like, this was in 6th grade. So from the double digits onwards is when I was I'm locked in myself. Because my mom loves Halloween as well. Obviously, the reason I don't watch scary movies is because I was traumatized by them as a child. But my school, for some reason, wanted us to dress up as like important black figures in the past. And people being like Harry Tubman, all these things. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do. So I picked Kurt Franklin. And I was honestly just in a purple suit. And I just like
That's so great. Important black figures having to dress as Kurt Franklin. That's so great.
No, but he was kind of he was an important figure.
Yeah, no,
like
it's
music.
so good.
He was everywhere, and I'm just like, I mean, because we all grew up in different parts of America, but we're all like Kurt Franklin, absolutely.
Shared,
like that before the internet was doing what it was doing. Kurt Franklin was getting everybody up for a revolution.
I love it. He made such fun. Yeah, he made a lot of fun, like gospel music. Those of you who think that gospel music went too far, he's so funny. Oh, that's great. That's awesome.
We got distracted. Adult costume, because I think there was a shift, especially for, I'm not going to speak for Drew, but upon my my coming of age into my adulthood, I'm like, oh, I can also dress a bit gay as well. Like that shifted my costumes. I'm still doing a lot of authentic costumes. A lot of my costumes have been Samuel Jackson related. But what about you? How has your costume theme shifted from childhood to now?
I feel like I'm probably more in the pop culture reference side. Well, actually, no. It's always been that for me. Sorry, I have this thought in my head. Halloween here hits different because it's during a different time of year. It's during a different
Oh,
season.
yeah.
Like Halloween back in America, it's going autumn, it's going fall,
Yeah.
it's going into winter. So we call it spooky season back home. And that's when all the pumpkin flavored stuff comes out and the ghost and the decorations with cobwebs and scarecrows and apples because it's getting a little bit colder. Here it hits different because it's actually getting warmer and more
Yes.
people are outside. So
Which I personally appreciate.
Yeah.
It's easier to dress like a hoe because this hoe does get cold.
This hoe does get cold.
This hoe does
Unlike
get
Cardi B.
cold.
Shout out to Cardi B.
No, like in my 30s, this hoe gets cold, and she
real quick.
give her a cardigan, cardigan B, if you will.
No, give me a whole
Yes.
puffer vest, like rocking up.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, no, I had to be warm back in the day. But yeah, I've been trying to have this unwritten rule in my head that the costumes I have now will represent Black women because I feel like not everybody wants to dress up like Black girls.
Yeah.
And when they do it so wrong.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you. What's her face? Was it Julianne Hough who dressed as one of the Orange is the New Black characters, and then she put on extra bronzer on her face to darken her skin?
Yep.
And she just looked a mess.
I remember that.
Yeah. Halloween is not an excuse for you to wear blackface.
Correct. In case anyone was unsure, like
In case-
you're listening to our show, so you're probably good.
Yes.
But in case you're listening to this in mixed company, blackface is never okay.
Never
it's not,
okay.
A culture is not a costume. By the way, just so you know. Yeah.
PSA.
But
PSA.
But yes, last year I was Tina Turner. The year before that I was Beyonce.
Yep.
The year before that I was Cleopatra. So I believe, anywho. But debatable whether she was Black or not, but she was from Africa, I suppose. I don't know. In the pop culture sense of things. But I always kind of want to, call back to another Black woman because I feel like all the other things are going to be white. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
Like,
I'm with you
that's
on
a
that.
good message.
Maybe it's too deep for Halloween, but that's
No,
just
no. Like, why not? Like,
Yeah.
I 100% respect that.
Yeah,
Like,
thank you.
bring it.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel.
I've been doing the exact same thing. Like all my costumes have been Black characters. Last year was Dr. Facilier from Princess and the Frog. The year before that was Afro Samurai.
Yeah.
The year before that I was one of the Spider-Men. And even before that I had like a whole stint of where I was various Samuel Jackson characters.
I love that.
Like I've done Nick Fury, I've done a Frozone. Afro Samurai is also a Samuel L. Jackson character. So like just going through his Rolodex because there's so many people cosplaying as all these white characters. And like, well, what about the Black ones? My costume this year is Static Shock, so another character that I grew up on. In the flashback episode, we talked about it. And I know people are like, oh my God, who is that? This was never for you. I'm dressing up for me. This is for my 10-year-old self would have loved to have seen myself doing Static Shock. And I'm going to make it the tiniest bit slutty, make it a crop top or something. But baby me would have been like, look at you. You're doing everything we wanted to do. So my costumes are always for me, but they're always Black characters as well. So I'm 1,000% on that boat with you, Nicole.
Thank you.
All right. I'm just going to pull off the Band-Aid here. Like,
I am a whore.
Okay, great. So we've established that.
I got you.
Basically, my costumes as adults have just gotten sluttier and sluttier and sluttier. I was living in New York. We had a house party one year, and I decided to dress up as a pumpkin.
Oh, cute.
Right.
No, wait a minute. Before you do it, I'm trying to envision what a slutty pumpkin looks like.
Slutty pumpkin.
Like a regular pumpkin is like I imagine this
It's
big
the
ass
slutty
suit, but I'm
pumpkin,
just
Charlie Brown. Sorry.
No, my slutty pumpkin was I had some orange underwear with like
Certain cutouts, like a
no.
jack-o'-lantern?
This is actually like my pre-slut days, and I was still coming into, so just wearing underwear at a house party.
Yeah.
That was bold. So bold that someone there told me that I was inappropriately dressed because they felt like...
In New York?
Yeah.
In New York?
Right,
In New York
yeah.
and Halloween?
just regular underwear.
No.
Yeah, like
Not even a G-string, not even
No, like these were not boxer briefs, but the
Like
trunks.
briefs, yeah.
But like you could definitely see my package. So just,
underwear.
yeah. So I'm just like,
Still,
yeah.
In New York, they must have not been from
Oh,
there.
they weren't. They were from like, Kentucky.
Okay,
Yep,
that makes
there-
sense.
there it
That's-
is.
that's-
There it
that
is.
tracks
Or like
because,
someone of their friends or something. I don't, but like that's what I remember. But anyway.
like, let me know when we start the conversation on Halloween in New York because
Yeah.
it is an entire city of millions of people going up for Halloween. Some of the most creative costumes I've ever seen in my entire life. Walking down the street, these people have put so much time, so much effort, so much money into this look. And
You mean every day in New York? That's not even Halloween.
I mean, very true. Very true. Like some people who want to take it there, but in New York, people just took it as like, I'm going to do the most creative thing that I can ever think of. some of the most incredible costumes I've ever seen have just been walking down the street, especially in the Village.
Oh, absolutely. And the parade. Good about the parade.
The Halloween parade in New York. Yeah. Oh my God,
magical.
my heart.
And then as I've gotten older, they've just gotten sluttier and shorter and less fabric.
Love
Like,
it.
Weren't you a rabbit like a couple years ago, and you were just in jockstrap with ears on?
yeah. No, I was an evil rabbit because I had blood on like.
I'm a mouse, duh.
No, I was an evil one because I had blood. Yeah. That was last year.
Yeah, that was last Halloween.
The year before that, I just dressed in army camo.
Yeah, you were in camo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the year before that, I didn't really dress up in Sydney. My sluttier side's come out since moving to Melbourne.
And we love that. Embrace
that.
Melbourne over is what.
What?
Melbourne over.
Oh my God, y'all can't see my face. What?
You're welcome.
Oh my God, can I get that tattooed somewhere on my body?
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful, yeah. Slutty costumes, anyone? Or
Yeah. No, I'm all for it. Listen, as a woman, you're told all the time to wear clothes, like all the time. Even if it's hot as hell outside, people are like, you need to cover up. You're being really disrespectful right now. People will always try to police your body in some sort of way. I feel the time they cannot do that is on Halloween. So Mean Girls really ate with that, where they're like, Halloween is the time that girls can dress like sluts and nobody can say anything. There's an inherent freedom in Halloween. Yeah.
Absolutely.
that line applies to the gays as well.
Yeah.
We ran with that shit too. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember when I was 20, I was living in Florida because I was working at the Disney College program. And I remember I dressed up as one of the Victoria's Secret models, like me and this other girl. And then we carried around like little Victoria's Secret shopping bags, but we were one of the Victoria's Secret angels. So it was like little short skirts and the angel wings. And I'm glad I did that back then because, my God, I was so stupid hot back then, and I'm so glad that
You're so stupid hot.
Oh, no, I appreciate that, but you know what I mean? Like, when you're, like, 20 years old.
You just...
You're
and
just
like,
dripping. You are dripping in
Why wasn't I just walking around
naked.
butt naked in the frozen food section of the supermarket? Like, why was I even wearing, like, you know, you just feel that. You feel that way, whereas, like, at the time, you're like, oh, no, you feel really self-conscious and everything. But yeah, I'm glad I wore that when I did. But now, I don't know. I have an idea of what I'm going to wear for this Halloween. It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, to see if it comes through, because this episode will drop the weekend of Halloween.
Love it.
Ooh.
Love
Like
it.
I timed that on purpose.
Yes,
Strategery.
love it. But yeah, support the sluts, support the sluttery, wear whatever you want to wear.
Support the sluttery.
I love that a lot of the times that Halloween is the first time some people try dressing like another gender as well, and sometimes that's how they got started in drag. Some people, that's how they realized they were trans. It's just like this metamorphosis of a holiday because you get to just be whatever it is you want to be, and it's so beautiful. And I don't feel like you get that kind of freedom every day in society.
Absolutely.
Correct.
I also wanted to mention one thing about where I will be for Halloween this year.
Oh, love
Okay.
it.
Oh, yes. Where will you be for Halloween this year, Drew?
I'll be in Brussels.
Love that.
Wait, no, I'm sorry. Is it Brussels?
Let me get your map right.
Belgium? Berlin?
No, it's Brussels. Yeah, it's Brussels.
Okay.
No sprouts?
No, well, sprouts are a different thing. I lost my train of thought. I will be in Brussels this Halloween with a friend.
Okay.
Cute.
We love friends.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need one
Or two.
to have and to hold. Yeah.
I mean, that, yeah.
Now
Subtext.
you're getting flustered. Tell your damn story.
Well, no, because it goes into next week's episode as well.
It could be a quick teaser if you want, just so your story's not incomplete. Because you just said, I'll be in Brussels. And we're like, bitch, why?
Okay. I will be in Brussels for this party called Le Dimanche.
Never heard of it. Continue.
Yeah, I don't know. It's some circuit party. I met some boys on my most recent holiday in Europe, and we're going to go for a little trip.
Cute.
We love.
Yeah.
How spicy. Support the sluttery.
Yeah, she's globetrotting these days.
For me, on my slut dressing area, like I think in the last couple of years, I've gotten more comfortable showing more of my body because I was always very skinny. And then during COVID, I gained weight out of nowhere and I didn't really feel comfortable in my skin as much.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is my body. This is the body that got me through the stressful times. So look at it or look away. I don't really care. So I've just been getting more comfortable, but not necessarily during Halloween because Halloween is very serious. Like that's serious. Like you can be hot. Like, you'll be hot every day of the year, but I want it to be authentic. I want to commit. The amount of like me getting Dr. Facilier, I got the hat, I stitched on the little emblem. I got a staff. Like, I have to get every detail right. Being a slut, I can't really do. Like even Static Shock, I might not even make it slutty. I might just be Static Shock with the singlet instead. Like, oh, yes. I take off now I got my shoulders out. Like that's as slutty as I'll probably get for that costume. But for parties, for festivals, I've just having mesh things and short things and just like a lot more shirtless, comfortability. This is my body. This is the space for it. Down for it. Definitely not Halloween, but absolutely team slut.
Yeah, forever and always. Yeah, God, it's such a fun holiday. Mm-hmm. And I love that Aussies are slowly but surely starting to get into it. Because when I first moved here, I threw a Halloween party because I didn't think anybody was doing Halloween parties. It was before I made my gay friends, obviously.
Yeah.
Because gay people take Halloween very seriously.
Any holiday.
Yeah.
Any holiday with a party.
Yeah. They love it, and that's why they're my people. I had this series of making my partner dress up because he's Aussie, so he wasn't really familiar with Halloween until like he moved to the States, and I came into his life, and I'm like, no, we are doing this. Mm-hmm. And when we were in the States, our first couple's costume, he was Steve Irwin, and I was a crocodile.
It's better that than a stingray because I would have been like, stop.
Don't do Steve Irwin.
Listen.
Don't let me see Stingray. Don't even let me see
on site. Yeah.
On site, water pancake. I'm punching you in the face. So you know that Steve still got some shooters out here.
Yeah.
So shout out to Steve Irwin. And then the following year, I made him dress up as Austin Powers. And I was Foxy Cleopatra.
I've seen this picture, yes. Oh, I love that one, yeah.
And I made him have the teeth and everything. Oh, it was so fun. And then we came here, and then he was Kermit, I was Miss Piggy.
Love.
But Halloween also falls during, is it Melbourne Cup weekend? It's like a big race weekend.
Melbourne Cup. It's often around there.
Is it Melbourne Cup or is it something else?
It's Melbourne Cup because we're the only ones who have it. So that's a new Melbourne fact. So Melbourne has horse racing, which is trash. But Melbourne has horse racing and they get a day off for it, and nowhere else in Australia does it. But people fly from all over Australia to come watch horses and get super fucked up and embarrass themselves. They dress up super nice. Again, dressing up. They love to dress up, little posh and fancy, and they just get blasted.
It's the American version of, what is it, the Kentucky Derby.
I was going to say NASCAR, but but sure, we could do that. No, it's, the Kentucky Derby, sure.
Yeah, you dress up. Like, I had a seersucker suit at one year.
Ooh, seersucker. Yeah. Love.
I love that word. I never went because my friend showed me pictures of it. I'm like, this is literally white trash. This is literally white trash.
You just know there's so many fights that day.
Oh, people
are obliterated, and nobody wants to fight more than a drunk person.
Yep.
That means y'all are doing the horse races wrong.
There's not really a right way to do a horse race.
Well, okay. Yes, there is actually.
Educate us.
My Sydney daddy took me one year to the horse races, and we dressed up. We did VIP booth. His friends are owners of several horses, and it was like really cute. There's a proper way to do it.
So you need money to enjoy the Derby is all I'm hearing.
Yeah, I imagine. It's like the upper crust of society is there as well.
I'm talking about the poor people getting fucked up and fighting. You and your rich booth having caviar.
We're getting punched in the face down here in GA. We're not up the sky boxes being like, have you tried this caviar, Margaret? No, I have not tried.
Money can't buy you happiness, but it can get you the VIP booth, and that's close enough.
Yeah.
Absolutely love that. But you were saying it's very close to the Cup Day, so...
No. People just usually opt for that over Halloween.
Oh, yeah. The straight people definitely
do. The straights, yeah.
The homosexuals have stamina for everything. 6-day benders. Isn't that right, Drew?
Yes. Yes, it is. Okay.
Drew's like, yes, and next question. Yes, that is correct.
Oh, man. But, yeah, Halloween feels like a nice way to kind of opt out of that and just have more of a fun time. Because what was the first Halloween? Oh, I guess... The first one that we kind of spent together was my Halloween birthday
in the picnic where you kept slapping my fresh tattoos.
Oh, I felt so bad.
Did you though? Because you kept doing it.
I felt so bad, and I was like, oh my God, that's right. He just got a tattoo on his arm.
So for the audience who wasn't there, which is obviously everyone, it was October 2021. Nicole was having a birthday party in the
because we were finally allowed outside.
Yeah, but it was only picnics. It was 5 people per picnic, so we're doing a lockdown birthday park thing. So we dressed up in our costumes, and because lockdowns had just eased, the tattoo parlors had opened, and I've been saving all this money. I'm like, I've got this money. I bought record players. I was in my 30s. Like, I had in my head, I'm on my grown man shit. I got a record player. I got some more tattoos. I was doing all this shit. But I got new tattoos. And I was like, oh, it's indirect sunlight, but it's fine. I'll be safe. So I'm all lathered up, ready to go. And Nicole is a very physical talker. She swings her arms everywhere when she tells stories.
I can't help it.
She literally cannot.
I have a condition.
I mean, I believe it so thoroughly now because of what continued to happen. So I'd be sitting down on one side of her. She'll be telling a story, and then she'll laugh about it, and she'll like, ha, 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 and like slap the shit out of my arm.
Whoops.
Did that. Okay.
Yes, it was like there's no, and I literally switched sides to be on the other side of her, and then she would like reach across and slap my tattooed arm again, and I'm like, this has to be intentional.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. I was just happy and excited because we were, we all had to re-socialize when we got back outside. And I'm like, people, let me touch him. But I apologize for slapping your fresh tattoo.
I mean, I will never forget it. And I will never let you forgive it.
Doja Cat.
Yeah, that's true. You forgot to mention Doja Cat in your list of black women.
I was dressed up. Well, never mind.
I was actually going to wait for the story to call you out on that too. I'm like, I can say it now, but no, it'll tie better here.
I don't know. I was just like I really loved her music then because she did her album, and I dressed up as her Need to Know character. Yeah, she was like a little blue alien
thing.
So, yeah, that was that one. But I was so grateful for it. But didn't get a chance to go to a party. But then we went to the party the next
Halloween.
Halloween, my first Halloween.
Yeah,
that was my first Halloween.
It was my first one as well.
Cool. So that was our last year.
No, 2 years ago.
2 years
Last 2 years ago when it was at the bottom end. Last year it was at Puff
That was a great venue.
That venue was incredible. We didn't find out there was like 4 floors. We didn't find the 3rd floor till like the end of the night. And some of our friends had been there the whole time. No, Drew was there the whole time. And we were like, Drew, where the fuck have you been? And like it was so wild.
It's so good. I love like a big Halloween party like that. I love being able to explore multiple levels and find things because I do have a good time at Doof, but I just feel like it's too much having a Halloween party there. It's like it's so fucking packed. It's so packed.
we needed that
There's
space.
no place to escape.
No.
Yeah.
And because we go there so regularly,
Yes,
it feels like the same. We don't go to the bottom end by choice very often. So it's just like, it's new, it's a variety, it's special, it's spicy. But like it's fine. That will always be my favorite year only because I went to the bathroom and ended up being in the best dress competition. Like, that was the year, because that was the year that I was Ruby Rod. Ruby Rod. I don't know. I was gonna say Ruby Rose. I'm like, no. I was Ruby Rod from The Fifth Element. I forgot to mention that in my lineup. Yeah, another black character. And it was the 25th anniversary. That character is so queer coded, even though he's sleeping with all these women. He's so queer coded.
Bisexual icon, Ruby
Absolutely.
Rod.
Very, very much getting the dick on the side.
Catsuit?
Yes.
I guess Prince wore a catsuit as well, but still.
Well, listen.
Yeah.
One day the documentary is going to come out and we're going to find out the stuff we've already assumed. But that's a different story. So I was dressed up in Ruby Rod, the cat suit, the hair, the staff. I just need to go pee. And then a staff member grabs me and is like, hey, the best dress competition is coming up soon. And I'm like, I just got to pee because I'm lit. Like, I'm already lit. One track mind, like, I'm just trying to pee. And like, best dress competition. And I'm like, I can hold it. So then I go over there and like throw us on stage, and it's super foggy, so I couldn't see anyone in the crowd. And they were like just doing like a cheer off. And then I won, and I came back from the bathroom with a bottle of spirits and all this shit. And like, where'd you go? I'm like, oh, yeah, I just won best dressed. It was so casual. I'm like, well, that's a fun story.
Just a little side quest.
Yeah. Aw, it's so good. I hope that they have another party there because I love having big Halloween parties. I remember the theme for that one was like clown, or it was like a circus or something.
Oh, yeah. Which was terrifying because people were dressing up like they were doing it well, but I was uncomfortable. And there were people trying to talk to me, whether they're like trying to be friends or flirting. And I'm like, your eye is out of your head and it's great makeup, but get away from me. You are terrifying.
Clowns are definitely the scariest. They're not necessarily inherently Halloween things, but creepy clowns are a Halloween thing. And
wasn't that a movie though too? Creepy clowns?
Surely. Mini clowns.
Yeah, clowns
from outer space.
Killer clowns from outer space was crazy. And then It.
Yep.
by Stephen King.
And the remake of it.
Yeah, and then the remake of it. Creepy clowns they're scary no matter what age you are. They're so terrifying.
Terrifying.
And now that you're older, circuses are just so creepy.
Yes.
So creepy. They just have a general malaise about them. So they could not have picked a more terrifying theme. And then last year it was like demons, I think.
Yeah.
Demons and devils.
It was something like that.
That's why it was the evil.
That's why you were an evil bunny.
Oh, that's why you're an evil bunny.
Meanwhile, we don't care about the theme. You dressed
Sure
up as
don't.
Tina
I dressed up
Turner,
as Tina Turner.
and I dressed up as Dr. Phil is like a witch doctor in the movie. So like I'm kind of, but not really. So it's just like I just wanted to pick black characters.
Evil associated.
Yeah.
Evil associated.
He's got friends on the other side. I think that counts.
Yes.
He's like, I'm an ally.
Yeah, but I just dress up as whatever I want to dress up as. So it's like, yeah, thanks for the suggestion. Because does Doof have a theme this year?
I don't actually remember. I bought our tickets as soon as they came out because those early bird tickets are half the price of the final tickets. Like $100 at the door. Remember last year, someone paid $150 at the door because they had nowhere else to go. And I'm like,
$150
that is wild.
to go and
grabbing desperate people. Like if you were dressed up for Halloween, you didn't plan Halloween, sit at your house and watch a movie. Like, do not do that to yourself. If I went anywhere and then like it's 100 and anything, if you pause 100, if you said 100, I'm already out. Don't do it.
For sure, especially as a place that you frequent on the regular.
Yep. It's like, I know these walls inside and out. You're not worth this money.
Yeah, because I probably have paid almost $100 to get into a Halloween party, but it was in New York, and I was like, this is worth every dollar I've ever spent.
Was there alcohol involved? Was there something included, or was it just getting in?
Picture it. It's 1984. I'm really about to be on my soapbox because this is still, by all means, the greatest Halloween party that I have ever gone to. My friend Tansy, shout out to Tansy, told me about it when we were working at our fancy schmancy French company. And she's just like, girl, you need to go to this Halloween party. And she gave me a link. And you go to this link, and all that's there is a clock and a registration to type in your email. Very secretive stuff. I type in my email. You get an email a few days before, but they only sell 999 tickets. So you have to buy your stuff at the right time, but you don't know where it is. So I purchased my ticket. I told my girlfriends, I'm like, listen, we gotta go to this party. I don't know what's gonna happen, but we have to go to this party. You get a text that Halloween day to meet at this old Gothic church on Uptown. You meet there and you all file inside. And then you're sitting in the pews and you get down to the front. You have to tell a secret in order to receive a charm. And then that is your ticket.
Oh my God.
Yes. No.
I'm
here
this.
for it.
Oh, yeah. And then we got on this bus and they were like, we are going to be taking you to where the secret Halloween location is. But you have to tape up the windows of this school bus. You have to tape up the windows with newspaper. So that's what we were doing. We had no idea where we were going. This could have been a kidnapping ploy. Yeah. And I walked directly into it. And there was something
You and 999 other people.
Yes, correct. Correct. And I'm doing it because it's spooky season home. So I was ready for it. I was like, oh, this is so cool. So we had no clue what we were doing. And we were on the bus and they giving us champagne and we're just drinking. And the party ends up being at this 170-year-old manor that is like sprawled everywhere, and in the back is like an abandoned school, and then there was like a cellar, and then each room you walked into was a different DJ. It was a different art installation. And then when you went into the scary abandoned school, it was the craziest rave you had ever been to. And then if you walk among the grounds, all these old statues, and felt like being at like a haunted mansion.
So you drove upstate for like what? 2 hours?
We still do not know where we were. We do not know where we were. We just knew this shit is definitely haunted, but they did everything they needed to inside. And then, drinks were free. If you wanted to bring your own drinks, that was fine too. But the party was called You Are So Lucky. And it was from the people who would throw those raves in abandoned warehouses in New York. Like
so it's like a notarized thing. I was going to say, how do you get people to agree to that? Because if I send someone a link and I'm like, click here, like ignored.
Right?
No, but we were about it, and it was so many DJs. It's the best Halloween I've ever had. And we stayed until, oh my God, the wee hours of the morning because I was like, how could I ever want to leave this?
Yeah.
This is so much fun. It was such a good time. And I think the guy's name is William Ntunde. I think that's the one who throws the parties. But man, it is so cool. And I'll never forget it. It was so much fun. And I wish they would throw a party like that here.
Australia couldn't do it.
No.
Yeah.
I can tell you that now.
It would need notoriety of someone. I think if anyone could probably attempt it, it would be Doof, just because they do so many parties now. But I think that
They don't
energy,
have the venue for
that
it.
spirit is very American. I think like
Loved it.
like that planning, that critique, like that alcohol being included for that price, American. Not
Yeah, because it felt more like a house party vibe than it was an official party kind of vibe.
I love that energy. Like that would
Yeah.
have scared the shit out of me, and I would have been out immediately as soon as they said get to this undisclosed location. I'm like, block that number. Like, you know what? That $100 is gone. My life is worth more than that. Like, I'm not doing
alive
it.
today.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
And you could have told me this party was the best thing in the world. I'm like, I'm so glad that you were brave enough for
Yeah.
that. Because even if you told me it was going to happen again, don't know that I'd be on that bus with you.
It feels like a once in a lifetime kind of thing. And I was just so happy to witness it because it's the funnest Halloween I've ever had. And Halloween's here. I'm grateful for what we get.
Yeah.
But
It's getting better. We're definitely doing improvement things, but it's just not in that space.
Yeah. We just have, we'll just continue to convert the Aussies into believing that this is a good time. Because I feel like Australians are just content drinking.
Yeah.
They're like content. They don't we don't need to get dressed up to drink.
But it's so much fun to get
It's
dressed.
It is so
much
much fun. And I've been very intentional with my picking of friends. I'm like, how do you feel about dressing up for things? Like, I dress up for everything. Like, as y'all know, it's like my birthday, citizenship party, Halloween, murder mystery party. If there's a reason to dress up, I'm like, hey, yo, let's do this thing. And everyone's just down. Like, I think we already mentioned it, for my citizen party, it was like everyone dressed up as an album cover.
Yeah.
My 5 years of being here, we dressed at different decades. Like, people are just down to get dressed up. Well, the friends that we're surrounding ourselves are down to get dressed up. And people who come in, like, by the way, before you can get inducted into the crew, we dress up.
We dress up.
Wait, I think we missed the biggest thing in this.
Oh,
Candy.
Candy.
Like,
oh, yeah.
what?
Favorite
okay,
Halloween
yeah.
candy. Yeah.
Oh, smart. Good pop.
I
Good call.
know.
Good call.
Yeah, usually Aussies, they call it lollies. I remember passing out candy at the cafe that I worked at. And I was just like, you guys do Halloween here, right? And they're just like, not really. I'm like, well, can I pass out candy to the, kids in the neighborhood? I asked them if I could. And they're like,
Wait.
Yeah.
You pass out candy to them? They're not-
Yeah. I was working at a cafe in a neighborhood, and I volunteered to pass out Halloween candy to the kids.
Oh,
that's how much-
you didn't go to them door to door, did you? Or
No, it wasn't a delivery.
okay.
It wasn't Kiki's delivery service. I was at the cafe with the window open and being like, "Happy Halloween!" And then the kids in their costumes would come up.
Okay,
and then I
that's
was giving them-
cute.
Yeah,
That's
they were trick or treating in the neighborhood, and I wanted to pass out candy.
That's slowly becoming a thing here, because when I first
Yeah.
got here, it was not. It was a couple years back that I was with a friend who was house sitting, and a handful of houses were dressed up. Like back in America, you walk down the street, and it's almost every damn house. Like even if they don't have a lot of money for it, they'll throw some cobwebs and toilet paper on the house to look spooky. But they will do something. And there's the big houses that were very expensive. They spent hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars on the decorations. They don't have that here, but there were little tidbits of people who
People
put
are
skeletons.
slowly getting into
They
it.
put a skeleton in their yard. They got a little tombstone. Like, you're trying, and I appreciate
Yeah.
that. Like, trick-or-treating is a very good callback.
They got
to-
cobwebs. Yes, the funnel web spiders made it, but
Yeah,
just
but they
didn't
left
clean
it
them
out. They didn't clear them out until November 1st, and we respect that for them.
Yes, exactly. Natural material cobwebs. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, they're slowly getting into it, and I appreciate them for that. That's how you can feel that.
The shift.
Yeah, Aussies are having more American tendencies with certain things, where I feel like it probably used to be more British
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Well, it's not globalization; it's Americanization, because like that's just,
Americanization.
it honestly is like
Manty.
running
Yeah.
Hollywood means that people grow up watching our things, and that's like, again, we talk about it so often. One of the things they asked about was like, oh my God, you grew up in America, did you do this? I'm like, bitch, why do you know about our obscure references? And I barely knew if you were real or not before I got here.
Right?
It's like we did not even know if it was real, but
It's a place over there.
Yeah,
I
I'm
saw it
glad.
on a map.
I'm glad that they've come around to it. But yeah, so they call it lollies here. We call it candy. So you just went trick or treating in your neighborhood. You have a pillowcase full of candy from all the hard work that you put in.
Yeah,
Because you be out there for hours. Because free candy to a kid.
You got
what?
those steps in.
What? That was everything. And you were just like, I know what power feels like. And it is a pillowcase full of fun-sized candy bars.
Yeah. Well, did you switch with anyone and stuff for like the candies that you didn't like?
Unfortunately, lived in a very strict candy house. So so we would dump the pillowcases out, well, maybe I'm revealing some tendencies here by describing this, but maybe this is, but pouring the case out and then like separating all of my, separate but equal, separating all of my candy. Like I put Reese's, Tootsie Rolls.
Yeah.
Tootsie Rolls were always around.
Mm-hmm.
They're like,
Because they were cheap.
They were cheap.
What is it made of? Because it's not chocolate.
Listen,
It's
I
taffy.
did not. Chocolate
Chocolate taffy?
That makes sense.
Oh, okay, that does actually make
Well,
sense.
it's
makes
taffy,
sense.
and then they just flavor it because they have the flavor ones too.
I love that. I was gonna say chocolate pencil erasers.
The
but
flavored Tootsie
taffy
Rolls
works
went
a lot
off.
better.
Like I used to fuck with those hard. The flavored ones, the little
Tootsie
blue
Roll
ones,
Pops.
the green ones, the red
Tootsie
ones.
Pink ones.
It's a
Then they did
chocolatey
sour flavors. They used to be like penny back in the day in the corner store.
Oh, remember when they were putting razors and shit in the thing? They're like razors in people's.
Yes.
Oh
The
yeah,
worst
then they
razors
It's like,
ever.
hey,
that
check
was
your kids' candy and all these things. And then a few years later, like people are putting LSD in your kids' drugs. I'm like, I can assure you, no one's wasting drugs on your children. No one wants to make your 6-year-old trip balls.
Nobody's giving their drugs away. Not in this economy. Sorry, Susan.
It's like your kids are not that special. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to be the first to tell you that.
Sorry, Susan. No need to freak. No need to freak out.
I had a very different experience with the ear candy thing of being a strict household. Like my mom is the reason I have a sweet. Actually, my mom and dad both have sweet teeth. But anytime that I go trick or treating, there was a candy tax. There was a candy tax. It was like paying rent on my candy. They're like, oh, you got this. So a lot of times I would lose some of my favorite things. I'm like, that's the candy tax. Like, I was practicing for real world. Like I worked hard for this, but you're taking it. I get it.
You know what, T?
Okay, I appreciate the life lessons.
Yep.
Teach them all they're young.
We learned early, like the value of $1. I was selling candy in my class when I was 10. I was making a profit on these kids from my very early days. I learned probably earlier than I should have about how the dollar works. But look at me now.
Right?
Halloween candy tiers. So Reese's peanut butter cups, I think, is probably in the number 1 position.
Oh yeah, that's got to be God tier. Like I don't eat chocolate, but the mix of peanut butter and chocolate together.
Oh, are you not a peanut butter person?
No, I'm not a chocolate person. I don't really.
Oh, you know, like because I
that's
remember this. We don't like
right.
chocolate, but
Well, no. There's
Fair enough.
American chocolate.
That's
Yeah.
also very much
yeah.
fair.
It's American chocolate that is.
Have we talked about American chocolate versus Australian chocolate yet? Like if
Wait,
No,
they're Australian chocolate.
or just like American
the
chocolate
Cadbury
versus
chocolate here.
American chocolate versus chocolate here. Just the ingredients
Yeah.
and things. Like have we talked about like if I'm saying have we talked about, we probably haven't because of the three of
Yeah.
us, I'm gonna remember.
Yeah.
So let's
Yeah.
talk about it because I'm not a big chocolate eater, but I do know there's a difference. Nicole, you're probably the one to tell us the difference since we don't really eat chocolate like that either
Okay.
way.
So candy back in America, it's all about how cheap you can make it.
High fructose corn syrup.
High fructose corn syrup and chocolate that's mixed with all these lectins and I don't know, whatever, bean based. I don't know. It's just watered down chocolate. Whereas here, you would think that America would have better chocolate because it's in a closer position to South America where the cocoa bean is harvested. But no, the
Preservatives
England,
and
the
chemicals
UK,
and
UK
shit.
must be taking all the good stuff because Cadbury has monopolized the chocolate game and it's so good. We only got Cadbury chocolate in the States around Easter time. That was like the only time that was coming out with the Cadbury chocolate egg and things like that. And it was very gourmet, very melt in your mouth, very delicious where chocolate every other time is like almost like chocolate candle wax. When you finally know what good chocolate tastes like. Whereas here, Cadbury chocolate, in my opinion, the high standard gourmet chocolate is the average.
Yep.
Like it is the constant. It is the standard.
Is Whitaker's New Zealand?
Yes. Oh, they're so good.
Whitaker's is so
Whitaker,
good.
Whitaker's is one of the ones that's probably, again, still not a chocolate person, but I've had some. I'm like, you know what? Because I'm not allergic. I just like I just don't genuinely like it because it's usually too like thick. Like I gotta try to
Oh.
like need some milk or something to break it up. He needs some milk.
He needs some milk.
But yeah, Whitaker's is fantastic.
Yeah, it's just absolutely delicious. Whereas, American chocolate, it wasn't that great. But as a kid, I was tearing that shit up. So you didn't know until you moved over here. And then the candy bars that they have here, you get them in like a box of favorites. But I also wish I could have like a comparison of what Aussies are handing out during trick-or-treating. But then again, they don't necessarily trick-or-treat.
No.
I think they're just hanging out the favorites.
Yeah, they should. They're handing out.
Favorites.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because favorites are in those bite size like Snickers minis. It's that size in that box. So like, get a couple boxes of favorites when they're out. They're out. You're done.
For the American listeners, favorites is a box of chocolates, but like individually wrapped,
Varieties.
fun-sized candy bars here. And you just get that. And one of them is the crunchy.
Yeah, Turkish delight.
Turkish Delight, which is a no for me. It's pass for me.
Isn't there like a coconut one in or a coconut something?
I think, like that's
honeycomb
like
one.
a bounty.
Yeah,
like
a bounty
chocolate-
cousin.
chocolate and
There's a
coconut.
honeycomb one.
That's crunchy.
That's crunchy.
That's the crunchy. But a bunch of different chocolates. But if that's what kids here are eating, they must go to America and eat American chocolate and be like, this is trash.
Well, I mean, my Australian friends do it all the time. They're like, I went to the America, and your chocolate was awful. Like, I made it myself. Like, they were like upset.
They get so angry because they think like, oh, Hershey's must be the best, and it's like.
They watch Willy Wonka, and I'm like, is that also trash? Because Nestle is, yes, they're also trash. And I'm just like, sorry, did I make you that chocolate? Like, I don't eat chocolate. Don't look at me. Like, I had no vote in this. Oh, actually, since we're not talking about candy, Starbursts don't exist here anymore. Like, they stopped making it forever. Like, there was a quick hot second where they came back recently, but it was a couple years ago. Skittles were still in, but Starbursts don't exist here because the factory or something shut down.
Oh,
and I was like, I am so confused.
Yeah, but there is an equivalent to the Starburst.
Mm-hmm.
It's by the confectionery company. It's the big squares.
Are you talking about Fruit Chews?
Yeah, that's
No.
the best. That's the best equivalent that
Absolutely
I've found.
not, because I do enjoy those. But a Starburst, like when you do a little
Oh, no,
light
they're
bite,
like no. The Starburst is Starburst. We're not gonna fight on that.
the Fruit Chews will take out a filling, y'all. Like Fruit Chews are closer to now and later than anything else. Fruit Chews are closer to now and later than they are to Starburst.
Yeah, close to it, Starburst in flavor.
Yes, okay, I'll give you flavor, but texture, like I'm fighting for my life sometimes. It was not.
Oh, the annihilators. You would get them corner store in the morning before school, and they would be hard as a brick.
Yeah.
But like that was a part of it.
Let them get warm in your back.
I leave it in my pocket. It's like that little walk
in
to
your
school, or
pocket,
whatever. I'm
yeah.
like,
Yeah, it'll be good. Just love a lollipop. Lollipops are not necessarily inherently Halloween, but the only time I would have like a whole bunch of them would be around Halloween.
blow pops.
Blow
Pops. They are not
the
here.
green apples.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was a blue raspberry.
I was just gonna say.
I was a blue raspberry for sure.
Blue raspberry was like a new. We don't know what's in it, guys, so don't ask
Yeah.
us.
What kind of raspberry is it? The blue one. Next question.
What flavor you want? Blue, please. like blue, anything. It just tastes better. Blue Gatorade, the blue popsicles.
The single stick ones.
Yeah. Yes, the blue was always the best. So blue lollipops, whatever's in that blue dye.
Yeah, that blue dye was top tier.
Congratulations to the blue dye people.
Do you guys remember the Mondos?
Mondos, the drinks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The blue one
Yes.
of those too.
I'm seeing it in my. Like,
God.
I'm vaguely seeing it.
Yes. No, you got it. It was like
tall,
the squeeze
it was a squeezy bottle at that. It had a
little
twist
top
thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
twist tops because they had the
Yeah.
Squeeze-Its as well. Something about drinking out of plastic in the 90s just made you feel like
What is recycling?
And now, like, oh my God, we're killing the world.
the same bottles that we were drinking when we were however young, like 30 years ago. That bottle is still in a landfill somewhere. Like
just
it's
waiting to be repurposed.
just being like maybe someday.
I'll be upcycled.
Yeah, maybe someday.
I'll be a vase.
Oh, that's so good. That was so good. Yeah, drinks. Memories.
Yeah, I was gonna say the nostalgia of this episode is much higher than I expected it was going to be, but
Memories.
it's really funny because we have these stories, but if we talk to Australians, they don't have similar stories with the same. Like, let's talk about blow pops, the things we talked about individually. Like, oh yeah, I know the skeletons of the blood pumping. Like those united experiences, they don't have that, and I honestly think they missed out.
Because I'll tell you this much. Australians, I feel like doing singular kind of things, whereas American, I feel like we enjoy combination things. Follow me on this.
Listen.
The blow pop. Freudian slip. Freudian slip. The blow pop felt great as a kid because you got a lollipop and you got a piece of chewing gum in the same thing. In the same thing. So it felt like you were getting more. Whereas I feel like an Australian would be like, why would I want a lollipop with a piece of stale gum in the middle? And then you're just like, no, it's not like that. You get two things.
Same with the Tootsie
You
Roll
get
Pop
two
as
things.
well.
Yeah, you get two things
outside.
for the price of one. And they're just like, well, why not just do those two separate things really well? And it's like, that's not the point. That's not the point.
I only have so much space in my pockets. I have to take my camera, my phone, all these other digital equipment pieces.
iPod.
Yeah, my iPod, because they're all different
headphones.
pieces.
Yes.
Wired.
Yeah, it was so many different things. Wired.
Yeah, wired. that sounds like a four-letter word. Wired.
Real. So real. Because here I feel like you get more Chupa Chups.
Oh, yeah.
Chupa
Chups. Yeah.
Chupa Chups or Chupa Chups.
Chupa Chups. Someone told me it was from some European country. Like, I thought
Spain.
they were, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it Spain?
Spain. I'm
But
pretty
they're
sure.
so good though.
You know.
Not shots fired at Spain.
No. The jujubas, they're good.
Yes, but we're not saying they're bad. We're just saying where they're from. And you're like, yeah, but they're so good though, even if they're Spanish.
Hola, our Spain listeners. Lo siento mucho for the shado. On the you mess. Drew, can I talk to you outside real quick? Why are you trying to get us in trouble with Spain? You know they got tight pants and hot tempers. Don't try to get us. No, I'm kidding.
And hot men.
Yes.
That was I just had several hot flashes and hot flashbacks.
Hot flashbacks.
Take a break. We got you next episode.
Spain. That was a good trip.
Lord, I am already so worried about you. But
you should be. Yes. But I tell consistently great stories though.
Yes. Oh no, we know. We know good content. Like, we don't know any boring people. I don't know if it's just like a force field or what it is, but like everyone who's been on the show has been a friend of ours in some capacity. So it's just like we're very blessed to be around these fantastic people with all their stories and living their lives and being the main characters, if you will. Just like honestly taking life by the
cojones for our Spanish listeners.
Damn it. Wild, absolutely wild.
Okay, so why don't we manifest for our future Halloween that's upcoming?
Ooh.
Why don't we manifest for it?
I want them to bring the best dress competition back because I was the first year that I went to Halloween, I won. The second year they moved to Poof Doof, there was no contest, so I did all that work.
There was no space.
I looked great. Like there's pictures everywhere. I looked great. I enjoyed it, but there was no group recognition of how much better I was at dressing up than other people, and I wanted it. Because I wore like a vest that was basically a crop vest. So like that was actually my attempt at Slutty because his vest was already a crop. So like I was in character by wearing a crop to that, and I'm like, yes, I did it.
And I think that's why I'm gonna sound very American right now, but I think that's why you need best dressed competitions because that's what causes people to bring it.
Absolutely.
That's what causes people to bring it. But Australia is like all like if you did your best, that's all that matters.
Yeah, you tried. Participation trophy, girl.
If you did your best, that's all that matters. And that's a fine thing to live by. But on days like Halloween, it just allows people to up the ante.
Yeah.
When you can win.
Even if the prize is just a bottle of weird pre-made shot mix. Yeah. That shit was still good because it was a victory shot. Like I had to water it down because it was sweet as fuck, but it was good. It was a victory sweet as fuck. Victory is sweet and so is this shot,
That's
bitch.
So good. That actually, for some reason, sorry, I just like thought of high school and when everybody used to dress up in high school and some guy one year bought like a Bear the Big Blue House. Like a big Bear the Big Blue House costume.
Oh, that'd be terrifying. You know how I am about people in suits.
But it was like one of those like Walmart ones, so it's just like Bear's head on top of his head kind of thing. But he must have spent so much on this costume because he kept wearing it again and again year after year, but he would try to remix it. He did Gangster Bear in the Big Blue House one year. He did like he had a white tee on and like a New York fitted house. Sorry.
Whoa, like, is he spending money on costumes?
Shout
out to Bear in the Big Blue House, boy.
Shout out to Bear in the Big Blue House, Howell, New Jersey. Like, shout out to you, man. I hope you're still wearing that costume.
He had his children wear that costume in his place. It's passed down from
so much money on this costume. Y'all gonna wear this Bear in the Big
generation
Blue House.
After generation. There was one bear head.
There was one bear. Which is so good. But yeah, just have fun with it, you guys. Like listeners out there, if you've never participated in a Halloween before, just do it. Just get some friends together. It doesn't have to be anything big, but just try it. It's so much fun, especially since we're being like bogged down with reality and the horrors of it this year. Like, allow yourself to have a little bit of fun, especially if you're an adult. I know it feels like you get older and you're supposed to grow out of Halloween, but I feel like I've been growing into Halloween, getting older.
I have more resources. I have less fuck to give. I have less fuck to give, more money to spend.
More money.
So I'm going to do what I want unabashedly, repeatedly. So I'm manifesting the best dress to come back. What about you two?
Again, it will be a slutty Halloween. So
Drew's manifesting no STIs. I love that.
Ooh, I feel red.
You just said it's gonna be a goddamn orgy, and like, how is that not related?
Oh my God.
Okay.
Drew is manifesting penicillin. Oh my
God. A shot,
Listen,
a jab in the butt.
Hey.
Again, but imagine that trip and you catch nothing.
Oh my gosh.
Would that not be a win?
Actually, I have to go like testing for the most
Important.
recent one.
Get tested, everyone. That's
Yeah,
very important.
tested.
actually,
Get
yes.
tested.
Because ain't nothing scarier out here. Like horror movies are nothing in comparison to real life consequences.
Yeah. Also, get your monkeypox shots as well. 'cause
Monkeypox shots
That
for
girl's
sure.
she's back.
Again,
Yes.
PSA for the community, guys.
We're doing the Lord's work.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
So again, you're manifesting no STIs. Love that, Nicole.
What am I manifesting? So this year on Halloween on the 26th, because I think the 31st is on a Wednesday or something this year, I will be paying tribute to one of my favorite pop artists. I will be paying tribute to Tina Turner.
Tina Turner.
I've been hired to perform with a band at a party, which I'm
Come on,
very-
book. Come on, book.
So it's going to be once again, yeah.
Wait, do we know what we're wearing yet for this Tina look?
It's going to be a repeat of last year's costume, but I'm going to do a different dress. I just don't know which dress yet.
Well, from when you had the two options, you're gonna wear the other one
Gold
instead.
one?
I don't know. I may do the gold one, or I may get something different.
Okay.
But
That ate like you got stopped every 5 seconds.
they love some Tina here, and I love Tina, and so I'm excited to actually sing along with the band and really feel like her up on stage. Because on Halloween you could be whatever it is you want. I don't know what my Halloween costume is going to be, but I just hope that I have a really good time with friends, because I think that's all Halloween is. It's permission to have fun.
Absolutely.
And I intend on doing that and getting dressed up and making memories and taking pictures and just having a great Halloween 2024.
It's magic. I think we're gonna get everything we want. Literally, literal magic. But I genuinely think we're gonna get everything we want, because everything we're asked for is very attainable. They're all very attainable things, and that's also a luxurious place for us to wrap this up. That was a fun Halloween episode. Growing up, I always loved it when shows did a Halloween episode or something. It was just so fun, nostalgic, and that's also like, yeah, we run this show. We can do our own Halloween episode. Like, why the fuck not? So that was our fantastic Halloween episode. I hope you liked it. If not, you're a hater. But until next time, I'm Ri'chard.
I'm Drew.
And I'm Nicole.
And this is Melanated in Melbourne.
See ya.
This has been Melanated in Melbourne, a podcast that analyzes the Australian lifestyle from the lens of two Black American besties. Visit us at melanatedinmelbourne.com or follow us on Instagram to send us your comments or questions. Thank you for listening.